So I know it's been ages since my last update, so I guess it's just gonna be a talk with me or a hang with me or whatever. And it's really hot outside, so I'm gonna start sweating. But anyways, last we left off, I was having some really stressful issues with us moving, and we had 3 weeks left of July in order to find a place to move, and I had been researching all these different places and like how much rent would cost, how far it was away from his job, all this other stuff. And so when we had the money for the applications, we made plans with his mother because we don't make enough. I don't have an income. We have a less than $10 an hour income for a family of 3. And so we can't even qualify for a studio on just his income alone, which sucks. And every single time something, it's life, it happens, but every single time that we were supposed to have them go and fill out the application, maybe even put down a deposit so that we could secure a place to move out to in August, there would be some kind of life event, some kind of excuse every single time, and it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Well, there was this one place that was literally about 5 minutes walking distance from his job. It was not the cheapest in that area, but it was cheap enough to where we could afford it. And it was very spacious the last time we looked. They were revamping stuff. It was a pretty damn good option. Both cats would be allowed there, and the rent would actually be like $10 cheaper than it is here. Base rent, but they have pet rent, so it's okay. Anyways, his sister and his mother went to go look at that complex and said that they talked to some tenants and that the tenants had said that they didn't upkeep the property and they weren't quick about helping out and that there were roaches, and so they automatically were like, fuck this place, we're looking elsewhere, which really sucked because I don't know if they really have roaches, but these people kept dicking us around anyways. So we decided to keep looking, and a bunch of drama was happening in between apartment hunting. So eventually, Josh's sister, who works as a leasing agent, she went over to the place where we used to live with Gear, called Water Dance, and she went over there, gave them the deposit money and the app fee money, and they still needed Josh's mom on there. So after a bunch of drama and stipulations and stuff, finally there was some kind of agreement or workout or something, I don't know. She went up there with Barbara and they filled out the paperwork. They paid the app fees or whatever and the deposit to make sure that that place was going to be ours. And then they're like, okay, so we're well on our way, right? And then they get a call a few days later that says that something came up on his credit score where we owed a past apartment or something, and that hadn't come up here. He actually is the only one on the lease here. But anyway, so his mother had to pay that off in order for us to still have the apartment secured. So the great news is that we do get to move, and the moving date is September 15th, and that's Josh's birthday, so that's kind of shitty, but it's on a Friday, and I'm excited, and I'm finally a little less stressed out when it comes to the moving situation. However, that moving situation has stipulations and things that I'm not exactly okay with, but we had to do what we had to do, and I had to agree to some things in order for everyone to cooperate and for us to have a secure place, because otherwise I was going to move in with my mother out in Oklahoma and starting a brand new life, and I wasn't quite ready for that, so we are moving September 15th. Our lease ends August 31st, I believe, here. And we were originally going to have to leave at the end of July. And they basically said that all the tenants have to be out by the end of September. And as long as you're still paying the rent or whatever, you can still stay here. And so there's only a few of us left. People have been leaving, like, constantly for the past, like, good month and a half, 2 months now. And I've been really stressed and depressed lately. I mean, just relationship issues, not knowing whether or not we're going to have a roof above our heads, or whether or not our families are going to be split up, and all this stuff happening. And to top it all off, my cat, Mr. Slinks, who a lot of you know is very dear to me, he managed to get outside. And we made flyers, and I've been checking in with the shelters, and I posted the flyers everywhere, and I call for him every night. I put his old litter outside in one spot for him, and I continuously scoop his Buddy Cricket Bugs business and put that in a bush. And I put food and water out. I call for him every single day, every single night. I walk around in circles. And I've not found any dead bodies. There's lots of people around here who have cats. And my thoughts are because he's really skittish, he's very scared of humans that he doesn't know. It took him well over 2 or 3 months before he started sitting in my friend's lap. Like, even letting him know that, hey, I exist in this apartment. You know, that kind of skittish. So my thoughts are maybe he went into a unit while people were moving out and got locked in. So we've been walking around and knocking on windows and trying to call for him at the empty units, and nothing. My other guess was that maybe he got into somebody's U-Haul when people were inside getting the next load. Maybe he got curious and jumped in there, and then the moment he saw the people, he freaked out and hid into whatever spot he could. He's very good at hiding. When we first moved here, he was super good at hiding. I had sworn up and down that he had gotten out, and he hadn't. But this time, I am absolutely for sure, because it is now almost mid-August, and he's been missing since the end of July. I am pretty sure that somebody, whether on purpose or not, stole my cat. And I hope to God that wherever he is being loved on and taken care of, and that whoever is his new owner can have the same special bond that he and I had, because he knew every time I was sad, he knew every time I was mad. He would not be anywhere else but in my lap or around my feet, constantly tripping me, whether I was pregnant or not. He was always there, always there. I've had many cats in my life, and I've had even some cuddly cats in my life, cats that would respond when I was upset, but nobody, not even Mr. Fuzzman, for those of you who know who he is, nobody could beat Mr. Slinks. I even have a tattoo of him on my back now, where I covered up my ex's name. And I don't know, I'm having a really hard time deciding to let go and to try to move on. I still put food out every night, and like I said, I still put the litter out, and in hopes that maybe he'll smell cricket bug and come home. There's a black cat that runs around out here that several times me or a neighbor has thought it was him, and it wasn't. He would run away. He was too fat. He didn't have his red collar on, so I know it wasn't him. And the places that I put the signs up at, after about a week and a half, they've already started taking them down. I was going to go and take them down myself, but they've already been taking them down for me. A couple more things about Mr. Slinks. When we lived in Oklahoma, he was allowed outside. We had a house there. And then also when we moved to Denton with my sister, we had a house there, and he was outside. He is a very good hunter, and he had never been hit by a car up till now. Hopefully that's not the case. And so I have faith that he's going to be able to take care of himself wherever he is. I never let him out here at the apartments. It was always too busy. We have so many complexes right next to us, so many cars, so many college students, and yeah, there's other cats out here, but I just didn't want to risk losing him. And I lost him. and I have been so stressed, and I have been so depressed that I have not kept up with my Flabulous series. I'm very sorry to the 16 subscribers that I have out there. I'm really sorry, you guys. I have been so depressed ever since we first moved from Arlington to my sister's house in Denton. I thought, okay, maybe things are going to get better, and for a little while they did, and then it got a little stressful, and then stuff started happening between me and Josh was like, we have to go back to Arlington. Back to Arlington we went. It was not in our best interest, in my opinion, but it's caused a lot of issues, and ever since we've been back in Arlington, since March, basically, I've been really depressed or really angry and stressed out, and there's never enough fucking money. Bills are almost always late. We have, for the past 2 or 3 months, been, especially the past 2 months, been really, really worried about where our home is going to be. So I haven't been vlogging much. I haven't done my Flabulous series, and I kind of have been working out a little bit, but nowhere near to the extent that I used to work out. I wouldn't say I've gained any weight for any of you guys who really care to know on that, so I haven't gained the weight back. So some of you guys know that a certain person has been involved in my life that apparently made things a lot worse, apparently, for my relationship. Anyways. And when we first moved here, he was a friend of Josh's. He wasn't even somebody that I knew. And he wanted to help him get rides to and from work, which, that was great, that was fine. And then he started helping me run my errands. I needed to go to the store, or Tara, might have an appointment or something. And he was always there to help. Well, we would be talking all the time, and I would tell him about my issues with me and Josh, and he would tell me how he had been through similar things, and he was trying to give me some helpful hints and ideas, and what I could do, and both me and Josh at this point were both about to be just done. Apparently I was really ugly, and I know I was irritated all the time. Every little thing irritated me, pissed me off. I was a nasty person to be around. I was unhappy, I was depressed and angry. And so yeah, we were really considering ending things. And I discussed things with this friend, and he went ahead and talked me out of it. And I decided to work things out with Josh, and for a little while things were not great. As to be expected, shit was ruined. I was a nasty person to be around. Josh had his own faults, and well, April goes by, and then here comes May, and it's my birthday, May 4th. I'm getting ready to go see The Weeknd and all that, and that's about the time me and Josh finally started kind of acting like, things are going back to normal. We're an okay couple. I still had my issues, and he didn't really want to be all that close to me up until that point, which, like I said, I understand. I was nasty. By nasty, I just mean I was fucking mean. I was a bitch. I could say that, but anyways. But yeah, this person convinced me otherwise, and then this person I was kind of hoping was gonna be like our next third buddy or whatever. We always had this one friend that we would hang out and do everything with, and I thought, well, that's gonna be him and his family, and our kids can play together, and we can go out and do all kinds of stuff together, and this is gonna be us, and we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be great. But because things were not really great with me and Josh, I guess Carlos and I were getting closer. He was always there, literally almost every single day. In fact, we started keeping up streaks and being well, it's been 2 weeks, and if you go to Oklahoma, then we're gonna break our streak and stuff like that. We were together every day, and we behaved. We did. But we were getting really close, and it was kind of getting in the way. Understandably, if the roles had been swapped, I would have been just as jealous and concerned, especially with all the history that Josh and I have in our relationships. There's insecurities and jealousy and things that we have to work through. Things that I'm not sure can be worked through, but things we gotta work through. So I understand why, he was jealous and he was angry and upset, because literally this person was over all the time. He would come over after he was done with school. He would sometimes skip work to come see me. And by work, I mean he did some on-campus jobs for a little extra money. And then we would go and pick up Josh from work, and then after we brought Josh home, he would stay until like midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then next day, same thing over and over again. And it was great, it really was. Sometimes it was annoying, because sometimes I do like my space, but he was giving me attention and making me feel like a person, like I was beautiful, like I was worth something, like my time meant something, because that was an issue that I was having with Josh. And I'm not gonna go and spill all of our like issues. It's not your business, just know there's issues there, and with somebody poking and prodding, I guess it wasn't helping. And then Josh was like, oh, well, he's just filling your head with all this stuff as to why I'm such a bad guy and why you should leave me and all this stuff. And I mean, it got to be such a fucking mess. So we had to block him. And it sucks, because I still wish I could be his friend, but knowing the conditions and everything that we went through up to this point, and the fact that you guys may or may not even know this yet, but Josh and I actually broke up. He broke up with me Friday, August the 4th, and I stayed the weekend with Sky and some old friends, and basically partied the weekend away. I did have my daughter with me. I partied very responsibly. There was other kids there. I'm telling you, we were responsible. But I wasn't just fixing to be home with Josh after he broke up with me. And when I came home on Monday, he wanted to work things out, and I was like, look, I'm not ready to work things out. We have a lot of stuff that we have to work through. And then Tuesday comes around, and he's like, with this person gone, surely we can get back to working on fixing things. And we got back together Tuesday night, and we're gonna try. I don't know. I want it to work, but I don't know where my life is taking me, so I'm just gonna go day by day and live day by day and just roll with the tides. It was kind of messed up, because that weekend, it was just after we had found out that we had been approved for the apartment. And that weekend, when his mother found out that we were no longer together, she said, if Tara's not in town, I'm not going to co-sign for that apartment. I'm going to take my name off. And that made me feel trapped. It made me feel like I couldn't leave, because if I left, then Josh would be without a home, and then where would Tara go on the weekends? And sure, he could go live with his mom, but you have to understand that his mom's house is already full, and that the room that he would be staying in is unair conditioned. It does not even have like tile or carpet floor. It's concrete floor. Like, it is not ideal. And even though we were broken up, I would never wish any ill harm to him ever. So I thought maybe we can make it work just living together, and that wasn't acceptable enough for him. And he was like, look, we're gonna live together, then we're going to be together, or I'm going to my mom's and you're going to your mom's. So we blocked said person, we talked some things through, made some plans, and we're going to see where it goes. But yeah, this is why I've been really stressed. I've been really depressed. I've not been keeping up with my videos. I haven't been keeping up with some of my friends. There's some of you I don't message near as often anymore. There's some of you that I used to go see every single day, like my friend Sky, and I've just not been going anywhere, doing anything, seeing anyone, because my life has been so wrapped up in drama, bullshit, stress, money problems, depression, and it's been a real struggle, and I know it's been a real struggle for everybody. A real struggle for everybody, because just this past week alone, one of my friend's exes was murdered. And that situation was nasty and sad and depressing. And another mutual friend decided to commit suicide. So it's fucking rough everywhere. And I wish, that everybody has a more positive rest of the August month. And I guess I'll keep you guys updated on the major events if I can't keep up with my mini videos or my Fabulous videos. So I really appreciate you guys just sitting here listening to me rant and talk, and I know it's kind of boring looking at my pretty face. Well, some people think it's pretty anyways, not trying to be narcissistic like some people call me. It's another thing I have issues with. It's like, oh yeah, it's like if I start to accept that I'm beautiful and like myself, then all of a sudden I'm a narcissist, and then I get all kinds of crap for it, and it's like, okay, so am I pretty or what? Nah, just kidding. I know I'm beautiful. And if you don't think I'm beautiful, well, then, oh well, somebody else out there is beautiful to you. But yeah, I don't update very often, so if you want to know, hit the little bell button and it will notify you the second that my video goes up, and you guys can keep up with me. I love you all, and once again, thanks for listening to me rant, and hope to see some of you soon.